Hi guys, this is Kimmy. Welcome back to my kitchen again. Today I will be showing you how to do beef jerky, Lao style. We call it a Savanh. So anyways, this is what I have here. 10 pound of bottom brown beef, pre-sliced, number 2. And this is all the ingredient I'll be using today. Salt, chicken flavor, sesame seed, and sugar. This is the measurement cup I'm gonna use. Start out with the salt. Okay, today usually I do 10 pounds per my recipe, but since it's so big, so I don't want you to freak you guys out, so I'm just gonna do 5 pounds. Okay, so one and a half tablespoon of salt. That's one already. So about half. Same thing as chicken flavor. The chicken flavor. One tablespoon and a half also. So about half right there. And then 1 cup of sugar. It seems a lot, but to me it's not a lot because in Lao beef jerky, we like it sweet a little bit. So, and then later I'm gonna use 1/3 of the seed. So I'm gonna measure out this one. So it depends on you. If you like more, put it more. If not, then 1/3 is good enough. So, and then the reason why I use tender quick salt is whole meat cure is to give the beef bring it out the color red. Okay, so this one you could get at your local store. I got this from Safeway. If not, you could get at the Asian market, like the Lao supermarket. I think it has at the Asian market. If not, then you just use regular salt. It's fine. This one is not mandatory to use. Is optional if you cannot find it. Okay, let's put this aside. And here's my glove. Can I lower it up? By the way, my hands are clean, washed. So this is the first step. I'm gonna put a little bit of water in here just to dissolve, melt everything. So just like a little dash, like that much, maybe like 3 tablespoons. I just estimated, okay? So after that, you pour all the ingredients, salt, chicken flavor, and sugar in here. Use the spatula or your hand to mix it up. I'm gonna go in with my hand in a little bit, but right now just use the spatula to. In that case, is like kind of melt and dissolve a little bit. So this is the easy method, but you could pour everything in here. What I mean pour everything in here is put the beef in first or followed by the ingredient later. But I find that this method is that way you get all your ingredients well mixed. So, and then like I say, normally my recipe I do 10 pounds for myself, but since I don't want to freak you guys out, I'm gonna do just 5 pounds. Okay, this is about 10 pounds. Like I said, I got my meat from my local grocery. They pre-cut it for me. I requested number 2 slice, which is kind of thin, but number 3 is kind of thick. It's perfect, but I like number 2, so I'm just gonna estimate about 5 pounds. Okay, so maybe this is, see how it's pre-cut for me, pre-sliced. So I think it's about right, huh, Jake? It's about okay. This is pre-cut for me, number 2 slice from my local meat department. So this is number 2. It's pretty thin. Okay, so you just go in with your hand and try to marinate everything. And then grab, peel individual, so that way all the ingredients get in it. and massage with your hand like that as you go. These fat, don't worry about it. Later at the end, we'll show you how to, you know, trim it. So this is how you do it. Just go in and massage, mix it well, basically. Massage so all the ingredients get in. And then put it on the side. Oops, kind of thin, so it's hard. I mean, it's very, how do you say it? Delicate to work with. Because if you go too hard, then it's gonna rip, you know, the meat. See, like this, how thin it is. That. So mix it and massage. Put it aside. Number 3 is perfect. A little bit thicker than number 2, but I like number 2 is better because it's thin, and when you cook it, it's crispy, and then, you know. So however you like. If you can't find, you know, your meat department, they cannot cut it for you, then you can just cut it by yourself, by your hand. Let the meat you know, freeze a little bit at kind of, you know, freezing a little bit and able to work with, and then after that you just use your sharp knife to cut it, you know, thin. I mean, as thin as you can. If not, then you can make it a little bit thick. Nothing wrong with that. See, it's pretty thin. Yeah, the reason I do this, you know, peel individual and it kind of marinate, because, you know, it's kind of that way all the ingredients get in the meat. So again, this beef jerky is Asian style, Lao styles. We call it Savanh again, and we usually, you know, this is great for snack, you know, and any party snack, for game night, you know, football game night snack. Great with beer, wine, papaya salad, you name it. In the future episode or video, I will teach you how to do the different style of beef jerky, which is call it tube, you know, seen lot, mean like a you know, a long tube, a long tube instead of this thin kind. So give it a massage. See, like this, so thin, huh? So ingredient is not a whole lot. Basically, just salt, chicken flavor, and sugar and sesame seed. For those that, you know, for the one that grew up with MSG, is optional. You could use MSG instead. But for myself, for most of my cooking, I use chicken flavor or pork flavor or beef flavor instead of it's okay, instead of you know, MSG. So you know, so MSG is optional in Laos cooking. Most of you know, people, especially older generation, they grew up with it, so they use that. But in this case, it's modern cooking, so we can substitute something else like chicken flavor, beef flavor, broth, you know, beef broth flavor. So is optional. So in this case, I use beef. So most people, I mean, as the viewer, you guys probably think, oh, that's kind of, you know, different. But I think it's, I'm used to it. Chicken flavor enhance the flavor. So now it's just about well mixed, pretty much. So I'm gonna throw in my seed, which is the last step. Sesame seed, 1/3 cup. If you do 10 pounds of a beef jerky, if you decide to do 10 pounds of beef jerky, then just double up my recipe. Because in this case, like I mentioned earlier, I always do 10 pounds, but since I'm doing a video for the audience, so I just want to, you know, do 5 pounds, so I don't want to feel like you guys too freaked out. So mix it well, and like that. Massage. Make sure all the ingredients get in there. I'm gonna put this aside, okay, so I'm done with it. So I will pack that, use my food saver to pack it for stir fried or something else. So I'm just gonna do 5 pounds as a demonstration. So, okay, and then I think once you mix it well, you could let it sit for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you know, or some people, like after marinated, put in the container for overnight to let all of the ingredients get in, soak in. But in this case, I'm just gonna do it right away. So. Okay, this is it. So I'm just gonna load it up. Okay, so I'm gonna bring my this is my dehydrator machine. So I'm gonna bring the first. Gonna use new gloves. So okay. So I'm just gonna load it up. This is the first. I would get a new glove. Okay, here we go. Load it. So. Okay. Like I said, it's very thin, right? You can see it. Okay. Oops, it's ripped. Okay, this is the bottom, pretty much like that, and followed by the like I said, number 2 slice is very thin to work with. Number 3 is perfect. It's like a big thick sheet that could just flop it on. But since I like number 2 a little bit thinner, so like this. Oh, this is a long piece. Oh. I think we just have to work with it. Okay. This is it, and then I have you know, pretty much did pre-mixed some already that I've been start at my 10 pounds. So this is the one I, you know, kind of. Okay, and then put the lid on, and then this one I pre-made like a couple hours early before my kid, you know, got home from school. So this one is like I pre-made already, so it's the same thing. Okay, now let's turn on the machine. You dry it at 160 degree and then for 1 hour. Okay, so I'm just gonna so I'm gonna do 1 hour for 160. It's perfect because the meat are very thin. So start, and then that's it. And I bought my machine from excuse me, let me talk. Excuse me, I'm gonna speak a little bit. So anyways, I bought my machine from Macy. You could get this kind of machine at Cabela, a sporting goods store, Macy, Target, or Walmart, but online. Okay, so and then I want to show you the dry one that I made like not too long ago, like 2-3 hours ago. So this is the dry product gonna be like this, see, like that. And then, you know, for some people, they don't like fat on the beef jerky. Usually beef jerky are very lean, right? So all you can do is just cut off the fat, you know, trim it off. And then but for my family, especially my son, you know, myself, we kind of like you know, fattening meat are good, right? Tasty, right? So this, you know, like if you fry it just by itself like this, it tastes very good. But if for those that who like very clean, lean, and you know, no fattening, so just trim it off. And then, you know, you could just put this in a food saver bag and store it in the freezer. Or for some people, like for the party, they cut it down, you know, like for like a birthday party or any type of party, they cut it down like this to make it you know, a smaller piece. And when you fry it and when people grab it, it's like kind of, you know, it's a good amount size that you can, you know, eat, and instead of a big piece like this. But anyway, like it came like this. So this is it. So hopefully you guys like my video. Please subscribe and hit like. Any comments, you know, good or bad, I would like to hear your feedback. And once again, this is my beef jerky love style. In the future video, I will show you how to do the tube lot, and then also you know, the spicy kind too. So, and I'll show you all the herbs and all the stuff. Anyway, I learned from my husband's side of family. They said that most of us think that Savanh is like a heaven beef jerky. It tastes so good and this and like that. But from what I learned from my husband's side, he's from Sitantai. He said that Savanh is original origin from Savanh, Laos. So that's what my my husband, you know, correct me. I thought beef jerky is like when you eat beef jerky, it's like, oh, Savanh mean like you in beef in heaven, the beef was so good, this and that. But originally Savanh is from Savanh, Laos. So that's the origin that I learned something new. So I just want to share. So once again, hope you guys like my video. Please subscribe. And then I'm gonna turn on my machine. And then also the 3 methods that you could cook is: first is pan fry, you know, with oil, deep fry basically. Second is bake in the oven 350 degree for 25 minutes. You have to flip, you know, just watch for it. And then third method to cook is grill outside on the grill, on the gas, you know. So just, and you know, for healthy, I guess. So that's all I just want to share for tonight. Hopefully, you know, you all like it. So please subscribe, and then any comment, any feedback, please. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.